Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining us today. We're thrilled to have you here as we dive into another captivating tale. The story we'll be sharing today is The Ghosts of Bluebell Hill, a mysterious and chilling account that has fascinated people for years. So, sit back, relax, and let your imagination take you to the eerie roads of Bluebell Hill. Get ready for a journey into the unknown. On a cold November evening in 1965, tragedy struck the winding stretch of the A229 road near Bluebell Hill in Kent, England. Suzanne Brown, a 22-year-old bride-to-be, was traveling with her two friends, Judith Lingham and Patricia Ferguson, when their car collided with another vehicle. The crash was catastrophic, and all three young women lost their lives. Suzanne, full of dreams for her future, had been on her way to a new chapter of life. But fate had other plans. Years later, reports of eerie sightings began to emerge. Drivers claimed to see a young woman in a wedding gown standing by the roadside near the Lower Bell pub. Her figure was pale and still, her expression one of profound sorrow. The most chilling part of these encounters was what happened next. Some drivers stopped to offer her a ride, only for her to vanish into thin air once inside their vehicle. One such tale came from a man in the 1970s who, after seeing the young woman waving him down, pulled over and invited her into his car. She entered silently, gazing ahead. When he approached her destination and turned to speak, she was gone. Her disappearance left no trace, leaving the driver shaken and confused. This vanishing act, paired with her spectral appearance, cemented her legend as the ghost bride of Bluebell Hill. Some say her ghostly figure represents the unfulfilled promise of her life, cut short on the eve of her wedding. The road where she appears has become infamous among locals, a place of mystery and superstition. Travelers today avoid it at night, fearing they might encounter her forlorn figure or hear the faint sound of weeping echoing in the dark. Another haunting tale from Bluebell Hill involves a pedestrian who seems to appear out of nowhere. In the late 1980s, a motorist driving late at night suddenly saw a woman step into the road. Despite slamming on his brakes, he felt the sickening impact of a collision. Horrified, he stopped the car and rushed out, expecting to find an injured body on the pavement. Instead, there was nothing. No sign of the woman, no damage to his car, no blood. Terrified, he reported the incident to the police, who conducted a thorough search but found no evidence of anyone being there. The driver's description of the woman matched that of the ghost bride, a young woman in a white dress, with a hauntingly pale face. This story gained significant attention, with many speculating whether she was the same apparition who haunted the roadside. The man, convinced he had hit someone, was left haunted by the experience for years to come. What makes this story particularly unnerving is the vividness of the encounter. Unlike fleeting shadows or unexplained sounds, this ghost seems to interact physically with the world, or at least give the impression of doing so. The terror of believing one has caused harm, only to find no evidence, leaves witnesses questioning their sanity. Another recurring story involves the phantom hitchhiker, a spirit said to appear on the A229. Countless drivers have reported picking up a young woman who stands by the roadside, her figure faintly glowing in the moonlight. Often described as wearing a white dress, she politely asks for a ride. The encounters always follow a similar pattern. The woman provides an address and sits quietly in the car. However, before the driver can reach her destination, she vanishes. One famous account comes from a taxi driver in the 1970s. He picked up a distressed young woman who asked to be taken to an address nearby. She said little during the journey, her gaze distant and melancholy. When they arrived, she disappeared from the back seat without a sound. Perplexed, the driver knocked on the door of the address she had given. An elderly couple answered and informed him that no such woman lived there. But the description he provided matched someone they knew, a bride who had died tragically years earlier. The ghost bride, the mysterious pedestrian, and the phantom hitchhiker are often linked to the tragic accident of 1965, in which Suzanne Brown and her friends lost their lives. Many believe these apparitions are the restless spirits of those who perished, forever tied to the site of their untimely deaths. However, skeptics suggest more logical explanations. They argue that these sightings could be illusions caused by sleep-deprived drivers or the eerie play of shadows and headlights. Others believe the legends have taken on a life of their own, with the power of suggestion leading people to see things that aren't there. Despite these theories, the consistency of these reports, spanning decades, leaves room for speculation. The road's geography also contributes to its eerie reputation. The A229 winds through dense woods and hilly terrain, creating an atmosphere ripe for the imagination. The combination of natural acoustics, fog, and dim lighting can turn an ordinary drive into something much more unsettling. Even today, stories of Bluebell Hill's ghosts persist. In 2014, a young couple reported seeing a woman standing by the roadside late at night. Her white dress shimmered faintly under their headlights. Concerned, they slowed down, but before they could reach her, she disappeared. Other drivers speak of faint knocking on their car windows or glimpsing a fleeting figure in their rearview mirrors. The chilling consistency of these modern encounters suggests that the spirits of Bluebell Hill remain active, their presence a testament to the area's tragic history. The phenomenon isn't limited to drivers. Pedestrians walking near Bluebell Hill have reported unexplained chills, whispers in the wind, and the sensation of being watched. Some hikers have even claimed to hear soft footsteps following them, only to turn and find no one there. These experiences add another layer of intrigue to the hill's reputation. The stories of the ghost bride, the mysterious pedestrian, and the phantom hitchhiker blend tragedy, mystery, and the supernatural into a tapestry of haunting lore. Whether they are grieving spirits, tricks of the mind, or tales amplified by generations of storytelling, their presence ensures that Bluebell Hill remains one of the most haunted roads in England. For those who dare to travel the A229 on a dark, lonely night, the tales serve as a cautionary reminder. The veil between the living and the dead may be thinner than we imagine. If you find yourself there, Keep your eyes open and your wits about you. You never know who or what you might encounter on that eerie stretch of road. And that, my dear friends, brings tonight's story to a close. Thank you for being here and letting me share this journey with you. But don't wander too far, because tomorrow night, a brand new tale awaits, full of surprises and twists you won't want to miss. So, mark your calendars, tell a friend, and don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts or guesses about what might come next. Until then, take care and let your imagination soar. See you tomorrow night.